Choi Jin-sil was one of South Korea's most famous actresses. Her popularity could be compared to the way Julia Roberts is beloved by American audiences. However, in 2008, this beautiful woman who had the love of her country and a bright future hanged herself. Her suicide prompted as many as 700 more people to take their lives in the following months, including her own brother.
Sadly, committing suicide has almost become a trend among deeply troubled people here in Korea.
The suicide rate in South Korea is so high that it's now known as the suicide capital of the world. According to the Korean National Police, the number of suicides rose from 12,270 in 2008 to 14,579 in 2009, an almost 20% increase. Sociologists say a highly competitive atmosphere, uncertainty over the future, recession, and crumbling traditional social networks are to blame for these awful numbers.
I think Korea has so many stressful things. It is very hard for me to overcome those competitions and fight for everything with everyone.
Maureen Moratalia, a grade school teacher, says she was shocked to hear her young students talk about committing suicide because of the stress they face. Grade schoolers in South Korea attend extracurricular classes until 8 in the evening, while secondary students have additional classes that go as late as 2 o'clock in the morning.
I have a 12-year-old student, and one afternoon she told me that, "Teacher, I want to kill myself. I want to die." And then I asked her, "Why?" And she told me that my parents push me to study and study. I don't have time to rest, to play with my friends.
What's even more troubling about this deadly trend is that South Korea is a largely Christian nation, boasting 10 of the largest Christian churches in the world. The Korean Council of Religious Leaders is trying to address the situation by holding public education programs to combat suicide. Pastor Peter Kwon counsels people who suffer from depression.
If they learn the word of the Bible, if they meet Christ and have a relationship with God, that those things can truly change. Because with Christ in their lives, they can know that they're not alone. They can know that any obstacle that is in this world can be overcome through Christ, even though if it is a difficult one.
Churches are also speaking out from their pulpits, preaching sermons on the preciousness of life and that only God can take a life. Lucille Talusan, CBN News, Seoul, South Korea.